I know it seems somehow the world's gonna change for me and be so wonderful. Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful. It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up the members of my nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. Inside the I don't know every situation. Some things are meant to be, so give me your best and leave the rest to me. Leave it all to me, leave it all to me. Just leave it all to me.
Evan's mad because we keep burping into the damn.
Tell Evan to shut the fuck up, chat.
I think everybody watching.
Hey, can we get F's in the chat for Evan?
You guys, we should TikTok live stream these.
Yeah,
should we?
Now?
Yeah, do it right now. Okay.
Hey, just saying, you have to have 5K followers.
Upstairs if you need it.
So when you do TikTok live stream, dude, it shows up on the For You page.
Dude,
all right, prop your phone up.
Yeah, right there.
I guess it would have to be mine or yours.
I actually have no fucking desire to do that.
I mean, we might as well.
All right,
what's the point?
My phone's at
Here's the thing that
my phone's at 28%.
We got 2 fucking extension cords.
We gotta set it up next time, DeMarcus Cousins.
Jesus. Go to Marcus.
It's not because he's black, Seth.
If I look like Seth, would you call me DeMarcus Cousins?
I do. Ask my coworkers. I have been calling everybody DeMarcus Cousins. White, black, brown, Indian, Indian.
What day is it today?
It is
Saturday.
Thursday.
June 3rd, 1996.
Dude, we should start doing our podcast
lives
like
in
we're
infamy.
living in World War II.
Oh
yeah.
Like show up like we're
1976.
fucking, yeah, whenever that shit happens.
So just halfway through, we're all just like
42.
get the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, literally.
It's not 42. It's 30, like late 38
World
through
War
40.
We didn't join until 45.
Yeah.
No, that's when it ended. I
World War
thought.
Or no, we didn't join
No,
until 42.
We didn't join
we didn't join
until
until 42.
It ended
And in 45. We joined in 42. It started in late 30s.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about World War I is that it first of all, it never should have started. Wasn't really much going on, but some teenager was like pissed off.
Dude, Luigi.
And he was like, I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to shoot. Like, I'm just going to shoot this fucking guy.
I'm gonna shoot a CEO.
He goes and he just fucking shoots him. And then every country's like, fuck this. Let's go. Like, there's no reason.
Are you talking about Franz Ferdinand?
There was,
Yeah.
Archduke.
I'm sure historians would argue like, oh, there's so many other elements.
Can't disregard the Archduke. That's honestly, if somebody was like, Archduke, 3-point leader. Like, that's a 3-point leader right there.
Is it a weird name? Yes, but it's an official
Archduke,
title.
bro, come on now.
People still call people that?
I don't know if
There
it's still
are
a thing.
archdukes. Dude,
I think it's more so formality.
I hate, that's one of the many reasons I hate England is because it's like they have all this. Yeah, of York.
Wait, don't talk about Wales. I'm 23% Wales according to Ancestry.com.
Not Walish. He's just Wales.
One of my coworker who just left.
Welsh,
Welsh.
motherfucker. Don't disrespect me.
Walish.
That's how black people came up with it. They were like, well, shit.
That was a good dad joke right there.
That boy Walish. So.
Man, get your Welsh ass out of here, man. I ain't trying to talk about that.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Exactly.
DeMarcus Cousins
So anyway,
would beat
Easily.
the fuck out of Brittany Griner in a one-on-one.
Oh, that
I will.
All right, yeah. Should we start quick?
I think I
got what's on my mind.
All right.
Yeah. Seth, let's have it. What's on your mind?
that's your history lesson for today.
Oh, it's April 3rd, by the way. That's
Yes,
what day it is.
Thursday,
It's
not
April
June
3rd,
3rd, it's April
2025.
You know, sometimes you're 2 months ahead, sometimes you're 2 months behind, but, you know, I think we're right on time, baby.
Go.
Beautiful.
Shout out Carmelo Anthony.
Oh gosh, dude.
First ballot Hall of Famer, baby.
Why is everyone?
Oh wait.
acting-
Oh yo.
I started laughing because there's. I
thought
think
you
he
were
did this on
talking
purpose. Did you do that on purpose?
What else?
There's
Oh my
another
gosh.
Carmelo Anthony in the
Carmelo
news.
with a K.
just killed
I
a
was
kid.
like,
the
dude.
high schooler just stabbed another high schooler named Carmelo.
Dude,
The kid's
that
name was
shit
Carmelo.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
What
That's what you were
insane
talking-
timing.
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
Same.
I wish I would have known about that, so I could have done it.
I was about to say too soon.
It's like national headlines right
No, I just remember seeing Carmelo Anthony, the very famous NBA basketball player.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a top 2 scorer of all time, Carmelo Anthony.
I don't think anybody said that.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I have an awesome Carmelo Anthony stat for you. I have
Saw three people on Twitter the other day say he's the best scorer of all time.
Okay, obviously those people are stupid.
He was a pure scorer. And
desperate for
that's what
attention.
I'll call him. He was a very pure shooter, and that's the nicest.
Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry.
I will say Kobe was
Top
talking
2.
about like the hardest people that he played against. It was like Tracy McGrady because he was just like the ultimate athlete. He was also 6'9", and he was just
Not
hard
true.
to guard.
He was
I don't
like
know.
he was 6'8". He was 6'8".
I don't know.
Was it just
I look
6'8",
at
6'9", or whatever he said?
I was letting it slide.
I feel like especially like in the NBA, one man can carry a team so far, like and get high seeds and make deep playoff runs. Melo was what, like 6th seed year in year out with his team. He didn't make his team that much better. I think he's great. I think he's phenomenal.
I think he made it past the first round once.
Maybe.
I think he might have made a conference finals and that was it.
Yeah, but
If that.
didn't like. I don't think he really.
I don't think he
Made
had the
his team that
proper
much better.
setup, and Linsanity doesn't count because that was for a few minutes.
I hated Linsanity so much.
2 weeks.
I was the biggest hater.
I hated it at first because I was
Granted,
like
I was
For a
12
little bit.
or 13 when it happened.
Yeah, I
but
hated it at first
it.
because I was like, okay, cool, this random dude is having a few good games or whatever. But then I think like a little bit towards the end of it, like at the end of that season, I was like, okay, this actually is pretty cool. Or maybe like I think looking back on it, I'm like, okay, that was like, I don't know. But then again, you guys know me, I'm big on
what about-
nostalgia. So
I'm thinking
I think
of
it's just
something-
like I think it's
I'm
just the
thinking
time
of
period
something
or
else.
whatever.
I'm thinking of those when we were in middle school.
What about it was cool to you?
Wait,
Some
finish. I'll answer
some
that.
dude on YouTube was just came out with the best videos, and it was like Jeremy Lin about to drive the basket, and he starts. There's like mad formulas come up, and he's like, old man Fisher, man." He's like,
I can't remember who's
Square whatever.
square roots of quadratic formula equal all basket.
But no, you said what? You asked me what I thought about it was cool.
Yeah, what do you think about it was cool? About Linsanity.
I mean,
All
I don't know. I'm a big
All of it?
underdog story guy, and like
It was cool.
And I think
but I
like
hated
I don't know when I think of Linsanity, the first thing that comes to mind is that just cold-blooded ISO game-winning 3 against the Raptors that he had, and like I think that's when I kind of started to think, okay, this dude actually like this isn't just like garbage minutes, just taking advantage of shoddy defense or whatever. I'm like, this dude's actually pretty solid. I thought the contract that he got the year after was kind of bogus and seemed like a very Houston Rockets thing to do. But I mean, look at his career. He actually was a very what's the word I'm looking for?
Reliable.
Very contributing NBA player.
No,
I agree with
he
that.
was. He little bit injury
bad
riddled, sadly.
Yeah.
But when he was healthy, he was a contributor.
I loved cornrows, Jeremy Lin. That was my
Dude, he had like
Or not.
he had
He used to have
so-
braids.
he had
Cornrows
so-
or braids.
It was one of the two. No, it was dreads.
Same
It was
fucking
dreads.
thing.
Did he have dreads?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember him being dreaded.
No, he was not.
Then it was
great.
dreads or
dripping?
braids. I don't know. I swear.
He was dripping like that.
That was my favorite phase of Jeremy Lin, though.
But I remember because that was also a thing. Like someone
Quadratic formulas and got to the quadratic packs.
No,
That
he-
boy is moving peas.
he made a comment because he said people would come up and be like, oh, why do you have that hairstyle? You're not black or whatever. He's like, he'd look at like their body or whatever and be like, why do you have that Chinese tattoo? Do
Yeah.
you even know what that means?
No, yeah, he got in beef with a other NBA player for that. And
Oh, it's Kenny Martin.
Kenya Martin, and Kenya Martin had Chinese letters on his neck. So
I love you, mom. That's what they always think, but it actually means suck butthole.
You see, I don't know if you guys like. I mean, I'm not saying I.
2 hours like, yeah, I got
I eat ass.
it means peace, love, and harmony. What's that shit you see on every fucking mom's house? Fucking
Live,
love,
laugh.
Dude, my mom's got those.
That is literally at my mom's house right now.
we dogged. She got rid of them. We dogged the shit out of her.
always in the
I
worst
don't think she
spots.
has them anymore.
My mom had them so you walk into the kitchen, and then like that sidebar right before you get in. It's like
Yeah.
upside down, sideways, and it says "Live, love, and then laugh is like sideways. So it's like, why? Why would this is not even one of my main.
They ran out of creativity. They had to do something.
Seriously.
How many ways can you say live, laugh, love? Love, laugh, live. That's the extent of it. I don't remember the rest of it. There's 9 of them though. That's all I know.
I remember we got this one sign and it said grateful, but grateful was spelled wrong. We got it from a TJ Maxx.
Like Grateful Dead.
That sounds like some TJ Maxx.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was like TJ
Episode
Maxx.
of Everybody Hates Chris with the
Gritsky.
DH Gate, baby.
They would.
You might get that off DA.
Dude, DH's on the downfall.
Dude, yeah, they're.
Use it a lot.
No
like-
Yankees jerseys. Not a.
I've been
the
using
New York
TikTok Shop.
Yankees, not a
I have
single jersey.
I have seen if you go on the website rather than the app, they do have inventory, but I mean,
Dude.
I don't think I've been able to find a Kyle Tucker
this
Cubs
one?
jersey. But I'm not trusting it. If the app's down, I'm down.
TikTok Shop.
I've seen TikTok shop lately. It's been popping.
It's so good with those jerseys. With any random
No,
jersey, dude.
not really any random. That's not true.
I don't know. I've gotten 4 and they've all been fucking great.
What jerseys you gotten lately?
I got 2 hockey jerseys. I got the Patriots, it's more of like a shirt than anything.
I was going down in my basement earlier. I was moving some things around. There's a door. Downstairs.
Let's go.
Yeah, why don't we go
in
down
my
there?
basement.
Why don't we go down there?
And it, you know how like you normally have the latch and you move it and then you lift it up. It just has one of those slick, the 2x4s or whatever, and that's it. And it's
real old
bolted
school.
in, so you cannot get into it unless you break through the door. And it's downstairs in my basement.
Evan, does that camera pick up sound if we move away from the mics?
If we took it down there, like it would pick up our voices. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I've watched a lot of
Yeah,
horror
You know what I'm
movies.
saying? Like if you
Can I will run through that 2x4 right now.
Just another wall on the other side. Looney Tunes ass smacking the
That you can TikTok live stream, so I don't have to
old-
be down there with a camera.
one of those feet rumbling.
fucking Flintstones are like.
The Scooby Doo like running sound effect. Like,
Just like a whirlwind.
Downstairs, I went down there early because I was moving a lot of shit around, and I was like, "Oh fuck, there's a door." Like, there is a door downstairs that is under the house, and this is an old ass house. I was like, I don't know what the fuck it leads to. And I don't
Underground
know-
Railroad, brother.
It probably-
Your ancestors brought you to this house.
Absolutely
our
nothing.
Elkhorn
It's going to
house.
be a big fat bowl of nothing in that fucking
That's
room.
true.
What if
Big
it's
fat
just a-
bowl of asbestos.
Well, who knows? We could probably-
I think I don't know how.
What if
guys ever
there's a
seen
gold
Conjuring?
mine under there? That's what I was thinking.
Outer Banks type shit.
I haven't seen
Dude,
it.
there is a book club of 80-plus-year-old people in Whitewater that just talk about Outer Banks.
It's not a book.
Like book
Discussion?
book club style. I'm pretty sure it is a book, and they adapted it. But
Outer Banks is not a book.
I listen to them talk about it, and they have no idea what's going on.
Hey Jamie,
Understand
Jamie, look that up for us. Can we get the Outer Banks book?
Because
Pull that up, Jamie.
I've heard Justin talk about Outer Banks, and I'm like, and I hear them talk about, I'm like, that they are missing everything that is happening there. Oh my god, they're trying to dive so deep into it. It's like it's not that. It's not that deep. It's just some kids up to some shit.
All right. Well, shall we keep it moving with what's on your mind?
We only got like one person.
Yeah.
We talked about Carmelo for like.
All I said was Carmelo Anthony.
Derailed.
Now we're talking about ghost in a fucking tomb downstairs.
All right, who wants to go next? I want to go last.
Let's finish.
Yeah, do you got anything else about Carmelo?
Also, Brewers finally won after getting shellacked by the Yankees.
Yeah.
Let's go Yankees.
Wait,
Also, wanted to pose the question: what's going to happen first? Braves win or Dodgers lose?
What about Padres?
Or Padres lose?
Dude, fuck the Padres.
Honestly,
fuck San Diego.
Braves win.
Even
Braves-
though
Braves
Out of
win.
all three of those, the Padres losing will happen first.
Padres winning?
Losing.
Losing?
Okay.
Padres are undefeated.
What's their
Should we
record?
put a group
7-0.
I swear to God. I thought they lost.
Imagine being 7-0.
a group dare on it?
Put a poll up.
Imagine
Put a poll up.
imagine being 7-0 and you're a game out of first place.
Half a game.
That's very tough.
Whatever.
But
Congratulations, better math. Than
this
me.
is the state of the MLB. Pay to win.
Stadium.
Pay to win.
Literally.
It's pay to win.
Hasn't it always
Literally.
been pay to win?
Well,
though?
It's
kinda
always been
pay to win.
Until the Athletics, and then
They
everybody figured
didn't
out what they were
win.
doing. Everybody figured out what they were doing, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just do what they're doing, and then pay the guys that they
I
want
mean, the
more."
Yankees are using those fucking squash bats,
Torpedo.
squash built bats.
Cody Bellinger
fucking
used it.
cheat.
Cody Bellinger used it last year on the Cubs. Fuck you.
They fucking cheat.
I miss
Cubs
Belly.
suck.
I also, I
Wasn't
don't,
that a pretty nice addition?
I don't get the whole deal with that because
No, I'm
the
not
rules have been outlined for
behind
decades.
that,
You
yeah.
can basically do whatever the hell you want with the bat. It just can't exceed a circumference of 2.61 inches.
No.
You do whatever the hell you want with it.
I think it's the same as the tush push. Like when there's a period of time where it looks like it's only one team using it and they're doing very well at it. People just all of a sudden.
No,
just
my
think,
question,
cheating,
my
not-
question was why has nobody?
That's a fair
changed?
comparison.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
I like that.
First
No,
I was
like
like,
now.
stupid.
No, I know, like with now.
I
But my
understand.
whole thing was because baseball's been around since the 1800s. Why has nobody ever thought about this before? It's just crazy to me.
Well, it sounds like this guy has had the idea, and this has been a thought since like early 2000s. But in a game that's so mental, it's hard to get a player to just fucking.
Switch up, yeah. They
No, I was gonna say like
It's
it
the
is the most
biggest-
superstitious
Yeah.
sport
That's what
ever.
I'm saying.
Very
It's hard for a player to just
ritualistic.
be like, yeah, you can give me a completely different shaped.
Well, that's what
object
spring
that I've
training's
used my
for.
whole life.
And I'm gonna
Like,
do
fuck
better.
it. That's what spring training's
Like
for.
watch-
Same or better. Yeah.
Like go watch Nomar Garcia Parra's like stepping up to the plate routine, and then that's your answer why these guys
love
haven't changed
Nomar.
anything up.
I love Nomar so much.
Like half the Yankees are using them, or half the starting lineups.
I did watch this YouTube video the other day. There's an older gentleman. He's been a baseball coach for a very long time. I can't remember his name. Whatever. That's besides the point. But he was saying
Pretty important point.
it is important
just
because it's reputable at that point. But he was like, a lot of guys get in the league and they can't hit the ball. And it was like, well,
Then how do they get in the league? I'm kidding. Keep going.
I'm about to.
I couldn't help.
No, but he's like, all right, you're in a little bit of a slump. So then move your position. There's 6 things you can do. You can move up on the plate. You can move back in the box. You can move up in the box, sideways, and then you can choke up or you can choke down on the bat. And he's like, don't get rid of your swing. Just get rid of your positioning because your swing is what got you to the league. You might just be in the wrong place. And I think like when it comes down to this bat, granted, it may help a lot, but sometimes you just got to move around in the box a little bit so you can fucking hit the nukes.
You could just do what.
don't know.
Sorry, to cut you off right there, Seth. But you could just do what Derek Jeter did and wear a golden thong.
Did you
That is
see
a
that
true
interview?
story. The Yankees would. I don't know who started on that Yankees team, but Derek Jeter talked about it in an interview. If he was in a slump, one guy would wear a golden thong, and it became a thing. If they were in a slump, they'd wear a golden thong. And Derek Jeter said that game when he wore it, first at bat, he hit a home run.
Another
So,
Derek.
speaking of that, back to our fans here. Everybody send us pictures and your golden thong. Yes. So we can get this thing rolling, baby.
Upload them to TikTok.
So what's on your mind at Gmail?
And mail them
as
after
the
being
one-
worn. Mail them to.
As the one that will be sifting through that, or is like that is in control of the social media accounts, please don't.
No,
Mail them
also,
to. What's your address?
apparently Jeter used to give his ladies or whoever he was sleeping with like a gift basket.
Good man.
That's
Little going out treat.
I heard this on another podcast. So very well
was that
might not
podcast?
be true.
Actually,
I think flagrant.
well, we don't mention other fucking podcasts on this podcast.
Yeah.
Are you a traitor? Are you?
I don't subscribe to their Patreon.
Wait. Also, our Patreon's gonna drop in the next couple of weeks. Guys, look out for it. We're
dude.
doing
Even
stickers
mean?
and
What is the word
Patreon's
merchandise.
like it's like something you subscribe to. It's like OnlyFans, but it's not porn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, who else has something on their mind?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This episode of What's on Your Mind?
next? Who's got something on their mind? Justin, Fabius, Evan. I want to go last.
Someone else go.
I'll go.
Fuck you, Fabian.
All right. Ever since our last episode, Cubs have finally been winning games because you were calling them out for being winless. They're like, I don't know if the Cardinals played today, but going into today, they were half back in the division.
Bad division.
Yep, no argument.
Bad
here.
divisions.
Kyle Tucker so far. I mean, I know it's only like 5 or 6 games, but so far Kyle Tucker's looking good as advertised. Yeah. Need to lock him up
Those are
ASAP.
empty, you fucking dumb fuck.
Need to
I was like, as I got there, I was like, shit.
need to extend him whenever we can, even though I know it's not going to happen. Let's see. Matt Shaw's looking good so far.
Dumb name.
Fat Shaw.
Shaw.
That's only funny.
It's funny the first time.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a dead.
Go Cubs.
It's kind of a dead like spot in sports. Like for the past week, like yeah, baseball's back, but March Madness, like that week-long hiatus or whatever.
March No Madness.
I mean, I think it's crazy that there's all 4 number 1 seeds, and somehow it's like
That is.
I mean, like yeah, sure, it's exciting, but at the same time,
Wild.
it's not
It was
exciting.
like-
It was like every week, and I saw everybody on Twitter saying it was like every week you'd be like, oh, well, all the good teams won, so that means the next round is gonna be good, and then it was like that sucked.
No,
And then the next round's gonna be good because all the good teams won again. That still
no,
sucked.
it's been getting worse and worse,
Yeah.
which is why, like, yeah, it's nice to like the whole point of the tournament is you want to see the best teams play the best teams or whatever, but that it's just been blowout after blowout, so you can't even really say like, oh, it's just the best talent's winning or whatever. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It's just it hasn't been good for the tournament. It hasn't.
Auburn's youngest starter is older than me.
Really?
That's crazy.
How old are you? 26.
Yes.
I'm not even 26 yet.
26.
Cookie.
I'm 26.
But no. Oh, that's another thing.
Old fucks.
He's almost.
As of
Almost
today,
30.
thanks to AJ Store, there is not a single scholarship player left on Kansas from last season.
How do you
That's
do that?
insane.
I've had chest.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, nobody thought that Flory Badunga or David Coit were gonna enter the portal, but they both did.
What happened to like your whole bench?
There was like 3 days.
Let's see.
Walk-ons. They were paying everybody too
Hunter
much.
Dickinson and
Walk-ons.
Zeke Mayo and DeJuan Harris and KJ Adams graduated. AJ Store, Rylan Griffin, Flory Badunga, David Coit. Yeah, that's
the 9.
That's 8 or 9. Yeah. I mean, we have arguably he's ranked as number 2 on ESPN, but people say like he easily could be the best recruit in this class. No, Darren Peterson.
AJ
I'm
Dillon
saying
being
AJ
traded.
Antasa.
He's number one.
number one.
Yeah.
Fair, but
He's going to BYU, right?
they at least Bill
BYU,
Self has been calling him like the best player that he's recruited since he's been in
Dude,
Kansas.
the Mormons are doing some fuck shit over.
Well,
in fuck-
Bill
got so much money, dude.
Bill Self will say anything right now
up.
after that round 1 exit.
And now,
Dude, BYU is paying these fucking kids. They're paying high school, Utah Prep, to fucking let these kids come there for free. This unheard of high school, Utah Prep, gained like 2 top players in the country who both coincidentally committed to fucking BYU. It's like BYU's literally paying their recruits to come play high school ball down the road.
Okay, I've heard
What the fuck are we doing?
I've heard rumblings of this, but I don't know if you guys like know if like it's anything like actually I don't want to say concrete or like actually gonna happen. But apparently there's talks of a salary cap coming for NIL and stuff. Do you know if that's actually a thing or not?
No, that's not.
Okay.
I don't think it would make sense.
No, it's not
Because,
gonna-
No, you
There's
can't do
never
that.
gonna be a salary cap.
Well, because I was listening to the radio and like they said one of the reasons they think because I think we said this last episode, but like there's already a record of amount of players hitting the portal or whatever, and like it's actually like even like it's been crazier than we even thought already. And a lot of people have been thinking that it's because there's a salary cap coming, so a lot of them are trying to enter the portal now to negotiate a higher contract before the salary cap comes.
That's not true.
No, and
Well, that sucks.
and even I've seen people talk about there being a salary cap too, and they said if there was, it would break the whole system. They would need it would take years of change in order to get to that point. Like based off what they're doing. So basically, what they did when they got into the NIL phase was they essentially said, "Fuck it, no rules." That's easier to do.
Yeah.
That's easier to do than create rules. When you create rules, you keep creating rules, it breaks something else, and you have to create more rules because it will break something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to take years of adjustment.
I mean, when NIL first came out, every dollar was supposed to be given to you only by public companies.
Yeah. And now
After
you
about 4 months, they were like, you know what?
And now you have Trey Young.
Private companies want to give us too much money.
I need it.
Rich alone.
And yeah, now you have Trey Young and Steph Curry becoming GMs or assistant GMs for their schools.
They're basically just fucking donators.
Yeah.
Well, did you see what James Harden said? James Harden said in a podcast that all Arizona State has to do is name the dollar amount.
Oh, I did see that.
Which is
Like-
it's insane.
It's insane. Again, like he can do that.
And-
If Arizona State said, "Yo, if you give us $30 million, we'll go to the Sweet 16," James Harden could be like, "Not a thought, not a second thought."
Yeah. But no, and crap, I just had a thought, but I lost it. Hold on. Somebody else go. I'll think about it.
Who's got what's on your mind next?
Oh no, never mind.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I remembered.
The frogs gay.
Why does Babe have 2 mics?
Because the frogs are gay. And what I was gonna say is that you got one sex here, one sex there. But both frogs are both gay.
Double mic.
What you're doing right now looks.
Gay mics. Gay frogs. Representation of how both frogs can be gay.
Yes.
Got it.
That was really powerful.
But no, I remembered what I was gonna say. I don't know like the full like the best way to like describe this story or whatever. So forgive me. But
I forgive you.
apparently there's a recruit who I think is committed. I don't know if he's signed, but he is committed to Louisville. Who's like the headline I saw? It said like he was like auctioning off his recruitment or something. I can't remember what it was.
Interesting little headline.
That not ring any bells?
Auctioning off
Guys,
your
we've
recruitment
been
just
going
sounds like
for
you'll
a
take the
while.
highest bidder.
We haven't.
30 minutes.
It's only been 30 minutes, dude.
I don't know.
Who wants to go next with what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is that Evan's haircut looks fantastic.
It does.
I was gonna say
That is
You look
incredible.
Oh, you look like somebody out of you look like something out of one of those fucking Crest commercials. And you're like,
Dude.
well, look at
Fabius?
me now. And that's
are
what I get. You look fucking clean,
video
brother.
ready. For
Fabius
Video
named his
ready.
TV my beautiful 75-inch.
That's my no, my mom gifted this to me actually.
And you named it your beautiful 75-inch.
No, that's what she named it.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that's what I'm saying. She gifted it to me.
What
But
are we
outside of that, I think I had a couple of
Screencast.
things on my mind.
what's on your mind?
I'm actually pretty hungry right now.
I'm pretty
So,
hungry too.
what I will ask each and every one of you, what is your favorite food, your favorite comfort food? When you're just at the house, you might be hungover, you might just be sitting there, but what is your go-to food when you just want to fucking sit down and chill?
Wait, like so you said sitting at the house, is it something I have to make or just
No,
like if I
just
could just
anything.
if it just
Door-
magically
DoorDash it to you or something?
Like you could get it DoorDash to you, you could fucking
You
make
just
it real
appear
quick.
there?
Just the food. Like if you had it right in your lap while you're watching TV. chilling.
whatever current box deal Taco Bell has.
I think I might have
$9 Lux
I think I might have to go big.
in the world. Look at this deal.
the Lux boxes are so
Crunchwrap
good.
Supreme.
The Lux boxes are
A
so
Crunchwrap
good.
Supreme is $7.50. The Lux box $9.
Dude, it's a because it always comes with like 5 things. Like,
Yeah.
The
it's
Crunchwrap
so-
Supreme is just one of the
even
things. that
even
comes
sometimes when I go to Taco Bell, it will be something that I don't particularly like, but I'm like, it's $9 fucking dollars.
It's basically
I'm going
free
to get it.
in this box.
I think it's free. Dude, that's what I always think is like I'm just buying a Crunchwrap Supreme and getting a
math.
bunch of free shit with
Girl
it.
math.
No, usually like I
Girl
don't
math.
like not that it's I'm not saying it's gross,
No,
but
girl
like
math, it would come out to $72 some fucking hour.
yeah.
I hate white
No,
women.
not saying it's like
I love
not saying it's gross or anything, but like the chalupa, like I don't typically care for that because like I don't think there's anything special about it, but all of a sudden, if it's in a box with like the beefy 5-way burrito or like the Crunchwrap or something else, and like
The
nachos
texture?
or whatever, like all of a sudden,
good, dude.
The
No,
texture,
no,
the
I'm not
texture
saying
of a
it's bad.
chalupa is so good.
I'm not saying it's
But
bad,
I
but
just
like
tried to
would I
drink
ever
my
go out of my
mic like
way
it was
to
a
like
beer.
order it as a single thing?
If it weren't
over
for the
other
fact
things?
that it was in the
Yes.
box. Yeah, okay.
Yes, I would never order it on its own, but all of a sudden now that it's in the box and it's like $7, it's like oh.
I think the beefy 5-layer is the most disgusting fucking thing.
It
at
is
Taco
not
Bell.
good. Yeah, I agree.
You're only
I agree.
saying that to hurt my feelings.
No, I
You're
told
only
you.
saying
I
that.
agree.
I agree.
It's disgusting.
I agree.
Honestly, I buy the Lux
agree.
box.
mushy.
I
It's just
li- yeah,
mush. It's just mush.
It's mushy.
just
fucking-
mush, dude.
They're like, let's take
mush.
beans and sour cream and
No, okay.
put it
Hold
in
on.
there.
No,
and then I'm gonna slap my balls on it a
It's
little
not
bit,
bad.
and then send it out
It's
the
not
fucking
bad.
window.
It's the same as a fucking soft taco. Just pour a bunch of sauce on it.
No,
it's the same ingredient. It's the same ingredients,
You know what I
basically.
do with my beefy five there? You know
Take
what I
the
fucking
beans
do
out.
with it?
I take the beans out.
You know what?
first.
You want to hear
one at a time.
One time I brought a beefy
Hey,
five there
dude.
to a homeless guy because I was
Kill
like, he
him.
looks hungry,
Kill him.
and he was like, "No, I don't want to eat that shit." That's what he said to me.
Horse shit. You did not do that.
Beefy five.
No, I was there.
Hold on.
I was there.
He said I'm a human,
said-
not a fucking.
Justin said, Justin said,
It's for the birds.
Justin said, can confirm I was the homeless man.
Dude, that shit is so gross, dude.
Actually,
you, Evan.
hold on. Quick shout out because of like what Seth just said. Shout out to Jalen Jones who
Hell yeah, I love
Was-
Jalen Jones.
was the one that like I want to say he let me know or whatever, but he was the one that enlightened me that
Maybe I'll.
Mexican food is basically all just
this up.
It's the same thing. I've been saying that for
It's the same
years.
ingredients, just structured differently.
It's
So
a,
shout out
oh
Jalen.
my god, dude! I love telling Alex that because she's Mexican, and I love telling her and reminding her that every single thing they eat is the same fucking thing.
You are correct to an extent.
Oh,
about the
shut up!
No, you're.
I don't want to hear it.
No, because you said it's just beef and sour cream mashed into a thing.
No.
Yes, that is true. That is why
It's
if
not
you get,
more nuanced.
Or no,
It's
no,
ju-
not beef. No. You said
Beefy
it's
five
bean-
layers.
You
Mother
said it's
beefy five
beans-
layer.
Yeah, you said it's
Yeah,
beans.
you know
and
what?
sour
You know what?
cream.
One of the five layers is the fucking
Okay,
shell.
yes, we've been over
That's
this
the
before.
stupidest
Yes,
shit.
okay.
Wild they would do that. Wild that they would do that.
Fucking shell.
Okay,
What the fuck?
Would you feel better? Would you feel better if it was the
cheese and
beefy
nacho
4-layer
cheese.
burrito?
Yeah, I would feel better because it's not false fucking advertisement. No. And you know what? It's
It is false
90% mushy beans.
No, okay, that is true. That's
It's
why
90%
it is.
fucking mush. That's
No,
what it is.
let me finish. For the love of
Hey, hey, go ahead.
That is why if you order without beans, it is infinitely better
always think
because
no beans,
yeah,
no
yes,
beans.
because
Then it's just a taco. You're paying $5 for a fucking dollar fucking item on their menu.
honestly, it's the nacho cheese that really brings
Their
me in.
nacho cheese is. It's okay. All right, I'll stop. It's okay.
like their nacho-
It's okay. It's
like
okay.
their
It's
nacho
okay. I love their
Yes,
nacho
you're right.
fries.
It is a taco that's been rolled. It's a fucking
Okay.
mosquito. Keto.
Honestly, I only get it when it comes in a box. If it's in a box deal, I eat it.
Yeah.
Like, but
no.
otherwise, I'm not just
No,
ordering a
dude.
beefy 5-layer.
Dude,
for
I will.
sure.
I will drive home
do.
after work and be
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Why
I'm
does my
not
car
doing
smell like beefy 5-layer?" And it's because I have 6 stuff down there because I'm not fucking eating them.
Well, throw them away. That's still on you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, no.
That's a self diss.
Let me come to Ethan's defense.
I have a
quick.
garbage in
Let
my
me
car.
come to Ethan's defense quick. I eat Quick Trip every day for lunch. The last time I threw away any of the garbage was a month ago.
Yeah. Okay. So what I do is I go to.
There's literally like 15
I go to
bags in my back seat.
I go to Quick Trip once a week, twice a week, and I will put like that bag that I get from there is my new garbage bag in the car.
Dirty.
It hangs around my shifter, and it's my garbage bag.
That's just dirty.
That's what it is.
Help, bro.
Honestly, though,
Just put an air freshener in that bitch, you're good to go.
By the way, Ben Rice, 1 for 1, is one of the best first basemen in the AL.
Thank you for reminding us that we're here to talk about sports.
All right,
This
no,
is
we're
not
not.
a sports
Can you get
podcast.
my fucking what's on your mind?
Yeah, let's get it.
That's my question.
What is our
Oh yeah,
favorite
mine
comfort
is
food?
mine is a family size order of beef lo mein from China One.
Jesus fucking
Mine's probably a good old fashioned Big Mac.
Dude, they say family size. That shit is not family size.
Ethan's an idiot. Mine's 2 family size orders of chicken lo mein.
Wait,
But yeah, I agree. Chinese.
Wait,
food.
what was my question? I forgot it.
It was
Your
what's
favorite
Yeah.
comfort food?
Comfort food? Oh,
Didn't even have an answer to his own question ready.
I had an answer, but we got so far off track.
It's not a beefy 5-layer. We know that.
Not a beefy fucking mushy 5-layer. Probably steak.
That's fair.
Fair.
Nice little
A perfectly cooked steak. Yes,
nice
dude.
little ribeye where I'm just
Oh.
sitting and chilling.
The problem is a steak is rarely cooked perfect. That's why when I think of my favorite foods, steak never comes up because rarely is it cooked.
I feel like when I order steak at a restaurant, I ask for medium rare. It is
Comes
different.
out
It's different every
medium.
time.
Yeah.
It's like medium.
It's medium.
dry.
Sometimes it's just very rare, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want it some red. I just want some red in there. All right. I don't want it to be crazy, but I also don't want it to be chewy. Like,
Well, that's why I said we could cook them ourselves. I mean, like pizza rolls could have been on there, but it's like when I have a good steak and I'm
No.
watching TV and
it's
I'm
too easy to
chilling out,
make.
Then it's like nice little steak, some TV, a little vodka water on the side.
Oh
It's
yeah.
my comfort meal because now
Yeah.
I'm literally in my zone. Work's done, the day's done, maybe even the week's done. Now it's time to just rock and roll and enjoy yourself.
This is like the third week in a row. Nothing's been on my fucking mind. Yankees are happening. There's a lot going on with the Yankees torpedo bats and all that. Honestly, if I'm just front with you guys, I have not recovered as a sports fan since the loss to BYU.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's
Honestly.
ruined March Madness for me.
Anytime I think of the Yankees, the thought comes to my mind within a few seconds of, I wish I still had the Badgers playing.
I just
No,
wanted
it's
to
a very sad domino
Rip
effect.
our
It's like
poor
it's
Badgers.
It's like, oh, the Yankees are playing.
I want
That
to
mean-
kill myself.
Yan-
And John Blackwell to the NBA draft today. Actually, we'll talk about that. John Blackwell to the NBA draft.
Hey.
One thing I will say as a Badgers fan, no hate towards that. He made it very clear if he was coming back, it was with Wisconsin, and I believe him. I'm always a big fan of. I don't care if you think it's early. If you think you got a shot to make the league, go to the fucking league.
Yeah, no, I'm
normally,
always for that.
normally I agree until
Change your life. Yeah.
normally I agree until last year. Johnny Furphy from Kansas. I mean, he was one of-
Johnny Furphy.
That's his name.
crazy name.
Johnny Furphy.
Loser.
Had a decent freshman season, but kind of underperformed. But everybody was saying, dude, if he comes back for a sophomore season, like he could easily help his draft stock. But he ended up staying in the draft. Went in the second round. Forget who he got. I don't know if he got drafted by the Spurs, but he's on the Pacers now, and he hasn't been seeing any minutes at all. I highly doubt that he ever really will.
Tough.
Though, like he could have look what happened for Christian Brown.
Are you talking
Christian-
about Danny Granger?
No, but we can talk about Danny Granger.
Great player.
But no, look at Christian Brown. He had a decent freshman season.
By the way, Aaron Judge 3-run home run, 3-run Yanks,
Nice.
3-0 Yanks.
That's better.
Yeah, Christian Brown had a decent freshman season.
Go,
Probably could have gone in
Mets,
NBA.
go.
Then came back for his sophomore season.
By the way,
Won-
can I
won
talk
it-
Go,
about- Sorry,
Mets,
I
go.
can't- my bad.
Won a title, and then got drafted. I can't remember.
Yeah.
He might have been late first round, early second round. Granted, he got drafted to a very good team like the Nuggets, and now he's one of their best players. Or not, I won't say one of their best, but he's one of their better players.
Yeah, no, he is a solid contributing role player right now. Who? Who else from Kansas in recent years can you
Boop.
think of that are making a bigger impact?
Then
I
Chris-
mean,
John Wall.
Sadly, obviously Joel Embiid,
Yeah,
but I don't even
Joel
count him. Wiggins is still a role player. Ochai Abaji is a role player. I mean Devontae Graham had a nice stretch
Oh, yeah,
with the
I forgot
Hornets and
about
Pelicans, but he's kind of faded back into.
Oh, I just remembered my awesome Joel Embiid stat for you earlier when you talked about Carmelo Anthony.
Also, Kelly Oubre.
Carmelo Anthony just killed.
Carmelo Anthony. So Joel Embiid was drafted in the 2014-2015 season. That was his rookie year. Carmelo Anthony has played more games than Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Trent, that's a run.
Ethan Stockton.
Joel Embiid. You might like this. Joel Embiid was drafted in 2014-20. That was his
I
first
know the
rookie
stat
season.
you're saying.
Yeah. Carmelo Anthony has played 18 more games than Joel Embiid since 2014-2015.
Since Joel Embiid's rookie year.
Carmelo Anthony retired 3 years ago.
That's insane. Man,
Yeah.
Udonis Haslam's probably still in that conversation too.
God. Well, they didn't play.
Huh?
He didn't play.
It was
there.
It was an exaggeration.
He was
yeah.
watching. He was there.
I think Udonis hasn't played 82 games over a stretch of like.
Homies and some bill collectors. Are you guys gonna keep talking? I was in the background.
No, we're gonna sit here on a podcast and sit in silence.
Well, keep fucking talking. Don't look at me, man. I'm
not a
just over here
podcast.
singing.
you don't like when Faye's just singing over you talking.
I wasn't singing over. I was in the background.
Singing over, but-
singing under me.
All right. You guys,
Fuck yeah.
you guys want to test your ball knowledge?
No.
Yeah.
All right. This is my what's on your mind. I just want to test you guys. It's more so to,
Test Fabius.
just test.
Yeah, just me.
All right.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So I was only going to do like the top 10, but then I remembered there's fucking 4 of you guys. So we're going to do the top 25 players with the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL since 2015. You don't have to give them any order. You just got to name all 25 of them. All right?
That's a lot.
Rushing touchdowns since 2015.
Since 2015.
Bell.
That's insane. No.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, number
Christian
one.
McCaffrey.
Hold on.
What's the question?
Evan, tell him.
Most rushing touchdowns or top 25 rushing touchdowns since 2015.
Derek,
25.
Yeah, we can do this.
I was gonna do 10. There's 4 of you.
Jonathan Taylor.
Number 13. So Derrick Henry was 1, McCaffrey was 12, Taylor was 13.
Saquon.
is 17.
2015.
Since 2015.
Todd
Gurley is number 3.
Nice.
Really? And he's been
Ezekiel
out the
Elliott.
league.
He was that good.
Todd Gurley was the best running back.
Zeke
I
number
swear
2.
to God, this is.
Damn.
I'm not saying
Zeke
this
number
right
2.
now.
That's
Todd
shocked
Gurley,
me.
Top Gurley 2-year stretch, top 5 running back.
It was
of all time.
incredible.
Of
It
all
was
time.
incredible.
Wait, you
that
said
ACL
Bell
took him out.
wasn't in there?
No, that was the end of his run.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is on the list. He is number 16, right ahead of Saquon.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, right behind Saquon, number 18.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin
good
one.
Kamara is number 6.
LaShawn McCoy?
LaShawn, that was one I...
Towards the back end.
Wait, actually, is he?
I can see it towards the back end.
He'd probably be
No.
20s.
No, he's not. I was thinking of someone else on here.
How the fuck isn't Bell in there, dude? I
Oh,
think he was like
that was a
prime,
talent.
James Conner.
15 through
James Conner, number 8.
James Cook, maybe?
James Cook.
He's a touchdown machine.
Is there another Packer player?
Yeah,
on
he'd
there?
be Taylor. No, he's not on here.
Is Dylan on there?
No.
AJ Dillon? No, he's a back.
Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs is on here.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs
Monty?
is Monty's number 14.
Okay.
Josh Jacobs is number 5.
Montgomery? Oh, is that who you just
That's
said?
what he just
When you
said.
said Monty, I was like, who the fuck is Monty?
Was
Jameer Gibbs. Just a fucking thing.
Adrian Peterson still playing long enough?
Adrian Peterson's
No.
not on here.
Okay.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler is
That's a good
21.
He's number 1?
21.
No,
Guys,
Derrick
towards the
Henry is
back
number
end.
You guys are still missing a few
Who
2015 guys.
was
as well.
just a consistent guy?
like
Marco Murray?
It's such
In the
a
late
weird...
20.
DeMarco
Yeah.
Murray? No.
Okay.
I mean, like, kind of. We're still really good around 2015.
We already said Zeke, right?
Yeah.
You guys are also still missing present day guys. So, yeah.
I know.
Lamar?
That's a good pull.
Lamar Jackson, not on the list.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. This
There
one
you go,
shocked
there you
me.
go, there you go, there you go.
11.
That doesn't shock me as much.
I mean, the tush push, baby. That's what we've
Yeah.
been fucking talking about.
Yeah, but I
Last
just still
3-4
figured
weeks.
Lamar would be up
Wait.
there.
Ahead of him.
Justin Fields?
No.
Okay.
What are you... I should
Haven't ruined the
stand-
game. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
That was more so
How
like
many do we need?
that was more so kind of a dig at how much Justin Fields ran the ball.
number 4, 7, or so. Hold on.
4?
No. I was starting at like
Cam
where they are in the
Akers.
thing.
No way, it's Cam Akers.
5, 6, 7.
Another Ram.
9,
Who was the Ram
Need
before
11.
Akers?
Oh,
Gurley. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he was already on
Early.
there. Not Akers.
what about Henderson? He came out of Memphis.
1 year, 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, he had a couple bang years.
All right, you guys are missing.
I'm blanking
Crap.
so bad.
I'm trying to think of all the football teams. Oh,
Wait.
LeGarrette. No.
You guys are still missing 3 running backs who are still
LeGarrette Blunt. That's a fair guess.
not on there. He only had the 2 seasons.
I'm
Leonard
blanking.
Fournette?
Falcons running back. I'm blanking on his name. Falcons running
Bijan?
back.
No.
Somebody help me. Who was the Falcons running back?
Oh my
Arian
god.
Foster.
No.
He was on the Super Bowl team. Why am I blanking on his freaking
Jaquiz
name?
Rogers.
Freeman.
No.
Devontae Freeman.
Yes.
Devontae
Yes.
Freeman.
He is actually number 25.
Wow.
He's the last one.
Oh, James White?
James White,
James
no.
White,
He was
no.
more of a receiving.
Oh,
guy.
that's right.
That's interesting.
I tell you what, you're missing a
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, yeah,
I was
that's
surprised
a
you guys
good
didn't get
one.
that. He's number 7.
That's a good one.
Dude, honestly, after
What
that,
about Adrian Peterson? He played on
Already
in
asked
that.
2022.
No.
Okay.
No, he wasn't getting enough touchdowns then. There's a couple I'm still surprised you guys haven't got.
Well, you got to think about all the fucking teams, and you're like, well,
Well, okay, I'll tell you this. You're missing one quarterback that I'm surprised you haven't got.
We said Lamar.
Michael Vick.
No, actually,
Mahomes?
you're missing 2 quarterbacks total.
Mahomes.
No,
Okay. 2 QBs.
2
It's not
QBs.
Mahomes.
One is he's actually number 4 on this list. Is one of the QBs.
Dak Prescott.
No,
not Rodgers.
no.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Oh, good one.
And then the other QB is number 22. So it was more tail end for him when it got around 2015.
Tampa Bay.
No.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Oh,
Fuck.
good one.
All right,
Good one.
you guys are missing a guy that it's going to be harder for you, but he still somehow has been around. You're missing a Wisconsin guy.
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
Yes.
What about Najee Harris?
Nope.
Yeah, Najee's actually.
I don't think he's been playing
surprisingly
long
not on that
enough.
list.
So you're missing one back that's still a prominent back, and then the rest of them have
Kareem Hunt on that.
Prominent
Kareem Hunt's on
There
there.
you
Yeah.
go.
Wow.
There you go.
No, I'm not. I swear to God.
No, I trust.
Big
texting-
Toledo guy.
I'm texting
Big Toledo
back
guy
my
came out of
girlfriend.
Toledo, dude. Yeah.
Toledo alum right here.
I
sit
wish I
next to
knew the
me.
fucking.
Oh, Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, that's the
Chubb,
one
yes.
I did. So
Yeah.
everybody else, there's 3 of them not in the league anymore, and there's one he might still be circling. He's one guy that I was like, I saw him in the league still a couple years ago, and I was like, fuck, he's still around.
Was he Derrick Henry's backup?
One
Tony
of them
Pollard?
was.
Tony
One of, no,
Pollard?
but one of them was at one point Derrick
Was Tony,
Henry's
is Tony
backup.
Pollard not on the list?
No.
Fuck. And is he 5'6"?
Yeah, that's a dumb guess.
No, it was solid enough. He's
Derrick
been
Henry's
too much
backup.
backup.
There was one that was Derrick Henry's No, he wasn't Derrick Henry's backup, but he would be if Derrick Henry was on the Ravens at that time.
Justice
Marshawn
Hill.
Lynch?
No.
Marshawn Lynch.
He's like
He's got
6'2".
3 people left. No.
He's not?
No, there's a big. All right, I'll tell you what. One played for the Bears, one was a Cardinal, and one bounced around a lot.
Jordan Howard?
Jordan Howard,
Yes,
number
that's what I was about to
24
say.
Cardinal.
on this list.
Cardinal.
One was a Cardinal, and the other one bounced around a lot. I don't really know what team to name him as his prime team.
Just name 8.
Not James. I already named James Conner, so that's not the Cardinal.
He was on the Vikings at one point. He was on the Saints at one point.
Frank Gore was done by then, right?
Did he go to Boise State?
I don't know where he went.
2
2 people left. 3 people left. I lied.
Cardinal.
You got one who was actually a Heisman winner.
TJ.
College national champion. Powerhouse.
I was about to say
Not Yeldon.
not TJ. No.
TJ Yeldon never won a Heisman.
National championship.
Mark Ingram.
Oh, good one.
yeah.
Oh, are you saying that's
fucking job.
would have been he would have been his backup?
Would have been Derrick Henry's backup
Okay.
if he was there like another couple years.
Who?
All right, one had a huge fumbling problem.
Marion Barber.
War number 31.
Oh, David Johnson.
David
That's a
Johnson.
Cardinal.
David
Oh, I
Johnson.
forgot about him.
All right,
dude.
last one who is fucking. I'm telling you, he's just been around. He's just been there. You probably have him on your bench and never put him in fantasy.
Dude,
Quiz
Latavius.
Rogers.
Latavius Murray!
That's what I was thinking of when I thought about
You guys did it. See, that was a
Remember you
little.
said had him on your bench? Latavius Murray was on my dynasty bench 4 years straight. I don't think he ever once got a start, but he was never bad enough to cut.
You guys did it.
That was
I'm proud
good.
of all of you.
Let's go.
Actually, when you said 25, I got a little excited. Actually, I'm like, this is actually
Yeah.
like, I'm glad it's not just 5 or 10.
Yeah, no, that actually went better than I thought it would. It was a little bit challenging,
Right
but
when
you
you
knew like
tried
everybody.
Bouncing around is when it hit. I was like, Latavius Murray has had 3 teams now where he just stumbles into the starting role.
Yeah.
Everyone starts tearing their ACLs when Latavius Murray joins the team. I was working the election on Tuesday, and there was this girl.
You were working the election.
Yeah, there was
What
this.
do you mean working the election? I was,
I was
He
checking
could
in
rig,
voters.
rig the election for us
you can
if
make
we
the election
wanted.
and
If we
you let that
wanted.
son of a bitch win?
Hey, Elon Musk works hard, but Ethan Cesar's works harder.
I was checking. I did like the checking in voters and
Ethan
like
Caesar.
you know whatever, registering them and whatnot. And this one girl and her friend come up, and she doesn't have her proof of residency to change her address, and it's her fault. But she gets like pissed, and she keeps reminding us that it's not our fault, but she's like really mad. And I'm sitting there, and this is important detail for the story. She is black. And she's standing there, and she was like, no, she says, I'm sitting there behind my little computer, and she's like, leave it to the white man to keep me from voting. That's crazy.
See, no, the argument's deserved. Because why the fuck are you saying that?
I was sitting there, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then she's like, but I'm not talking about you guys.
Yes, you are.
I was like,
I'm a white man, and I'm the one telling you not to
Yeah, I
vote.
was the one saying
You're
you can't
clearly
vote.
talking about me.
Do you feel oppressed after that situation? Do you
Just
feel like
because, yeah, I mean, everybody in the room was like, they turned, and I was like,
you
what's
were
going
held
on?
accountability for being that white man?
Yeah, no.
I didn't know what to do, dude. I froze. I was like, it's okay.
He hasn't thrown a fucking strike in I don't know how long.
You struck him out, you dumb bitch.
No, when I say a strike, I'm talking about in the fucking pit, dude.
Well, that's Cookie Carrasco for you, baby.
His name's Cookie.
Carlos.
Oh, his name's Carlos.
Oh,
Cancer
Why
boy.
do they call him Cookie
Oh.
Carrasco?
like Kyle
don't
Schwarber.
know.
He just made that up on the spot.
No, I did not.
They call him Cookie?
Yes, that's his nickname. Look it up.
Oh, wait, no. I think I might have seen that MLB
that's
The
his
Show,
nickname.
the nickname thing. Then again,
Sweet like sugar.
MLB The Show taught me that a lot of players have a lot of stupid nicknames.
So a lot of dumb, Babe Ruth, the Great Bambino.
It's crazy coming from a Yankees
To
fan.
ask this question.
As a Yankees fan, I think Babe Ruth was stupid. Babe Ruth,
Candy was named after him, right?
give me and Babe. Listen here, I'm telling you this right now. If Babe Ruth is pitching against me, I'm going 4 for 10. If I'm pitching against Babe Ruth, he's going 1 for 10 with a dribbler up the middle.
Yeah, they're not.
That's it.
I told you guys that one time.
That's
It was like,
it.
I was reading about a picture where everybody
Chat,
back in the day
tell us what you
was
think.
like freaking out. They were like, "This guy throws so fast," and they didn't have like the radar guns. But what they did was they put up like wire and they put like flowers, some shit on it, and they measured basically something with how the flower bounced, some bullshit like that. But so this pitcher, they were like, "Oh my god, it's insane! Nobody can touch him. His ERA was 0 for so long," and then so people actually started doing the math. He was throwing 80 miles an hour.
How do they
That's
do
how
that?
fast they throw in double.
How do they do the math?
By the way, my junior year of high school, I had to play this kid
gotta-
from Burlington, 91.
I got to rewatch it.
Kid from Wilmot, 89.
Yeah, they were.
I'll ask you this.
I would have taken Babe
Allegedly.
Ruth to Ding Dong City.
I'll ask you this, Josh.
Not allegedly. The MLB scouts watching them said so.
I'll ask you this. Do you think that some slower pitchers are harder to hit than faster pitchers?
For MLB
Depends on their
players, not for high school.
Yeah,
not for
me.
high
It
school.
depends on their stuff because a lot of the slower pitchers, they get to that point because they have insane break on their pitches.
Okay.
Babe Ruth didn't have that, bro. He's just throwing 80-mile-per-hour fucking fastballs,
What if
72
he
mile
was
per hour
fucking moving?
changeup.
What if he had that 22
He wasn't.
movement at
No.
that fucking 80 miles
He
an hour?
wasn't.
Didn't.
Well, I'll ask you
Because he
this
was a
again.
mids pitcher, low-key.
So what if a pitcher had 22 inches of movement at 80 miles an hour? Do you think that'd be harder to hit than at 90?
No. What? No.
Wait, well,
22 inches
22
of movement?
inches?
That's like a mediocre curveball.
Well, I'm just saying, just in general.
That's not a mediocre curveball, that's a solid curveball.
I think it depends on the pitcher throwing. Like if it's 22 inches of movement, it's your two-seamer. That's insane.
He said 80 miles per hour.
But at 80 miles per hour, because the one thing I've been looking at is like a lot of these pitchers, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Because it starts over here and
I
then
agree.
moves all the way down, and you're like, what is that?
But there's
Well,
pitchers,
that's a lot more
but
slower,
there's
a lot
pitchers
more.
nowadays.
So
There's
it's
pitchers
like-
nowadays where, not Devin Williams. There's another guy who throws. His sinker has probably close to 22 inches of movement. He throws a thing like 92 miles per hour.
To answer that question, you know what you should go on Twitter and look at pitching.
I don't believe in Twitter.
Pitching
All right,
Ninja.
no,
Pitching
no,
Ninja.
no, go to Pitching Ninja.
Oh my
No,
God.
He will show
Pitching Ninja.
Yeah, he will
puts it
show
into
the overlays. Like
perspective.
a pitcher will like set up a hitter with his fastball, like get him looking this way, and then all of a sudden he'll throw a slider that will start like this.
It looks
and
like
end
it
over
in the
here.
dirt.
And that's and honestly that was good for me because obviously I sadly did not play baseball, so a lot of times like as a kid I'm like thinking like how do you swing at a pitch that far out of the zone, and then finally once they put the overlays I'm like, oh, it's because it looked like it was a fastball until the last second it dipped.
Who was the good closer on the
Randy Johnson.
on
He killed a bird.
the Rangers when they won the World Series?
Like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Why am I blanking?
I don't know.
I know Chapman was there.
I
Jose Leclerc?
I want to say Jose Leclerc, but I don't remember.
What's that one dude's name that started with an? What's that one guy's name that started with an E?
Ethan.
Eric Gagne.
Gagne.
Oh,
Yes.
Gagne.
The Vulcan change.
Gagne's movement in the show was nuts.
Oh, you see that?
Blooper.
Yeah. And we didn't even really like. He was kind of just before our time.
Yeah, I was gonna get to, but then they left, and I think they'd like.
Keep going.
But
Keep going. I
basically,
got you.
This so Dude Perfect. I'm sure you guys are familiar. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Dude Perfect. The main dude, the dude with the beard in it.
Yeah.
He did a live AB against Jose Leclerc or whatever Rangers closer, and he got a fucking hit. And it was like, all right, this is stupid. But then part of me was like, I think I could do it.
I mean, I think there's
Give me 10 at bats. I think I could poke one out there.
probably.
Kind of like make. Are you thinking poke one out there or make contact?
Poke one out there in play.
Okay.
No, yeah, but I think
No.
there's- I think there's-
No, so this started because we were talking about Jose Leclerc or whatever Rangers closer did a live AB against that dude from fucking Dude Perfect, the dude with the beard,
Yeah.
and he got a hit on him in the first AB. And that's what I was like, that's insane. Like, this is stupid. Maybe I can get a hit.
You want to know what's crazy though? Like we always say, or people always say, the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a professional thrown baseball.
Yeah.
But would you agree that it would be harder to stop any NBA player from scoring?
No.
I have to disagree.
No. It's
Wait,
just look at the numbers.
Rephrase
No.
that. What'd you just say?
Like, would it be harder to stop any NBA player from scoring than it would be to hit
Me,
a
myself?
professional? Yeah, or any average Joe or whatever.
No.
Why?
Oh wait, me myself probably harder to stop an NBA player.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But like an NBA, yeah. All right.
Because that's the thing with baseball, like
Yeah, me,
like
myself,
yes, these are
probably
like
NBA
yes, pitch like
There's not
MLB
a single.
pitchers are.
There's not a single human being that doesn't get paid to play basketball who could stop Stephen Curry one time.
Yeah.
One time.
Out of
Everybody in the world who does not get paid money to play basketball, there's not a single person
but
who could stop Stephen Curry one
But no,
time out of 100.
Like even less drastic than
out of 100.
But no, even less drastic than that. Oh, Justin. Oh, is that getting caught? Nope.
Trent Grisham! Trent Grisham!
A routine
Alright.
can of corn is
I'll
a
ask you
2-run
this
shot.
question. So, like, when we look at a lot of these YouTubers, I was watching this the other day, and it was like, I think it was Nick Young, Gilbert Arenas, and some other motherfucker.
Gilbert Arenas
They're always doing some
is on a
weird shit
tangent
together,
right now,
so
and
that
he needs
makes
to
sense.
shut up. But go ahead.
But they were like, they're like, when you look at the 12th guy on the roster, there's nobody that could fucking stop him, or there's nobody that could score him. I think he said something similar
Like that,
to
like the average person.
No, just in general, like that's not in the NBA. Because he was talking to another one of his friends that played in the Euro League. When I think about that, I was like,
That's
well,
not true because there's EuroLeague players who could bust NBA players' ass.
Yeah.
But keep
and-
keep
but
going.
it was similar to that or along that situation. And I was like, well, what about somebody like the professor? He was in the big.
He's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
He's awful.
I'm not gonna say he's off. I'm not gonna say any of that. To prove my point is that there's a lot of guys out there like him, and I think I asked this question 8 weeks ago when we first started. Is there a player, or when you think about it, NBA players right here, and then there's the next level of guys? Do you think there's a guy that could beat him?
No.
Or beat the very bottom
No.
NBA
There's not
player?
No, like Brian Scalabrine.
Okay,
said.
are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
I was gonna say.
a person because what I said was somebody who doesn't get paid to play basketball. Are you talking like a EuroLeague player? Because obviously
They get paid to play basketball.
Mike James, who's in the EuroLeague, has
Legend.
been offered like 6 times to go back to the NBA,
And he has
but he loves living in Europe so much. He gets paid $2 million a year. He doesn't care. Mike James could bust multiple NBA players' asses.
So what I'm asking is that some of those guys that possibly could play, not necessarily EuroLeague players who had the opportunity to play EuroLeague players, could they compete at that level where maybe they're not
So not EuroLeague players, you're asking?
not EuroLeague
No,
players,
they could not.
But they're not the 12th on the depth chart, but they could play. Do you think they would give up a good fight in a sense?
A random Joe.
Are we talking
not a
like
random joke, not a random joke. I'm talking about a basketball.
someone who's like an
You get what I'm
absolute
saying with that
athletic
question?
freak,
Like,
just
kind
like
of?
off the street or something?
Not off the fucking. I'm not talking about off the street. The dude that fucking busts everybody ass on the fucking concrete court.
I'll say this. I'll try to think of a guy. Fucking Jalen Hands. 5-star prospect, went to UCLA.
I remember him.
Was supposed to be the fucking next big thing in basketball. Right now, Jalen Hands, who is a fucking hooper, would not score a point on the 12th man in the NBA. Wouldn't score a point in the game to 11.
No, yeah, and like you were about to say, but I was gonna mention that earlier. But yeah, one of my all-time favorite quotes from like any random NBA player was Brian Scalabrine saying, "I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me."
Easily.
Some rando, and that's
Easily.
the truth. And that's why
True.
that's why I brought up that question, because like, yes, obviously MLB pitchers are the best of the best and everything, and like especially when they're on their game any given night. But that's the thing about baseball that kind of makes it really cool is the pitcher still has to give the batter a chance to hit the ball, like by throwing it,
In the strike zone.
in the strike zone and everything. And it's incredibly difficult for them too to always 100% have that command and locate where they want to locate. Whereas an NBA player, they could literally obviously they couldn't do it physically in their sleep, but the closest thing to doing it in their sleep, making a basket on any random player.
I think both things we're thinking of are close to impossible. If we had to choose an easier thing, right, we're deciding between 1 hit out of 10 attempts and scoring 1 out of 10 attempts.
I was mainly saying stopping them from scoring.
Stopping them. Okay, stopping an NBA player from scoring is way harder than getting a hit in the and against an MLB player.
Yes. That was my question.
Yeah.
Stopping an NBA player from scoring is way harder.
It was like, well,
although hitting, what I will say is hitting a baseball is also the hardest thing to do as a professional athlete who's trained your whole life for it. But it's also one of those things where the average Joe could absolutely get lucky.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
That's swing, eyes
through the
closed.
strike zone. Yes,
It fucking pops over the infield. The likelihood of that happening over you stopping an NBA player from scoring is way high.
But it's just funny, like how those two things like can both be true. Like hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, but also even harder than that would be
stopping an NBA player.
Yeah,
I would
just like a
say
one-on-one.
this. What about the average Joe stopping Adrian Peterson in his prime?
No,
I think I agree with
fans, but
in football. Okay, hold on. No. Let's talk. No. Actually, let's talk about this because as a football guy, I've always had the opinion football is the easiest professional sport. That's always been my opinion.
What'd you say?
As a football guy, so this might even say shocking to some other football guys. I think football has always been the easiest professional sport.
I'd say
always. I think it requires the least amount of skill to be good at.
I will say this.
I genuinely think that.
there could be an argument.
In a sense,
out of the big 4 professional sports league, it requires the least amount of skill to make.
I would say in a sense that because there's 22 guys on the field.
Literally, brute force can give you a chance to make
physical ability will
there's 22 guys on the
further.
field and there's 44 guys that you're depending on. So that's where you're looking at the numbers, right?
Individually.
You're looking at 9
individually.
But if you're looking at one-on-one...
You said stopping Adrian Peterson. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so individually.
When I say stopping Adrian Peterson, all right, so you say...
That's easier to do than stopping an NBA player. By a lot.
Yeah, you just got to trip him up.
You just got to trip him.
You
literally just have to fucking get in his way and hope he stumbles over.
Yeah, it all depends on the context. Are we talking just like Oklahoma
that's
drill?
Open field, or am I allowed to just fucking pray to God that you're not hitting Adrian Peterson low enough. The best chance is feeding the contact enough that he falls over on top of you.
You have to absorb him.
You have to absorb him just enough, and that you hold on to go down with him.
So
that's the only way.
That's the one thing.
But I think there's more of a chance than that than stopping an NBA player.
So I would argue this, right? So let's say you got an average Joe against, I don't know, fucking Kobe. We'll just do the greats. Average Joe versus Kobe. Nobody's gonna fucking stop him.
Nobody in the world.
Kobe will hit 10 out of 10 shots.
Yes, he will hit 10 out of 10
There's
shots.
not a single human in the world who can stop Kevin Durant one-on-one.
So the average Joe versus
there's not a single human being considering talking about NBA players. Dude.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We're just gonna do the greats. You got Kobe versus an average Joe. You got I don't know, Randy Johnson versus an average Joe. You got Walter Payton or Adrian Peterson versus an average Joe.
Our first tag is probably Derrick Henry, maybe.
Nah, he was right with sweetness. You were right with sweetness.
You have to emphasis on the football thing. Because in football, there's such a massive difference between open field tackle. He's running at you in the A gap. There's so many different things.
I'm just saying one-on-one. So
what do you mean though? One-on-one in the open field?
That's what I'm going to explain. If you let me motherfucking talk.
Okay, we'll talk.
If you would fucking stop.
I'm sorry.
So then you got, we're all talking one-on-one situations, right? Hitting that shot, hitting the ball, so on and so forth. Adrian Peterson against an average Joe, not in the A gap. I'm talking an open field. Yeah. He can do what he wants, when he wants, how he wants to, and he's going against an average Joe. Do you think there's an average Joe that can stop Adrian Peterson
in the open field?
In the open field. So that's where we're looking
at. Better chance than everything else we said, though.
So,
well, I don't know. That's close.
So when I look at it,
because at that point in the open field, you're relying solely on him messing up.
Just like you're solely. relying on a person messing up when there's like, okay, he's got 7 pitches or 5 pitches or whatever it may be.
Because in baseball, if I'm playing Randy Johnson, I'm just swinging the bat as he's letting go of the ball.
I'm bunting and trying to beat it out.
Wait, much like you're fucking waiting on Adrian Peterson. What the fuck is he
There's
gonna do?
no
Is he
way.
gonna run me over? Is he gonna jump over me?
there's so
Is he
much.
gonna fucking break
No,
my
I agree.
ankles
I
off?
agree. That's a good question.
So it's like, well, in open field one-on-one, the difference between football and, like you said, it's the easiest sports to get into. That's because it's the ultimate team sport, and you got a few other guys with you. I'm talking about straight up one-on-one with Adrian Peterson, and it's like,
But
who's going to stop him as an average Joe?
I still will say, and I genuinely believe this, like Ethan said, that sounds like one of the hardest things to do in the world. Something harder to do is stop Kevin Durant one-on-one.
It's still harder.
Stopping Kevin Durant one-on-one is harder than stopping Adrian Peterson in the open field.
I think
I don't
about
know,
it
that's
in
tough.
context of like
Kevin Durant is 6'11" and dribbles like a point guard.
Yes, that's tough. But if I'm not gonna say if I, but I'm saying if I am this person, if I apply enough pressure, and I'm as an average Joe, and I'm just saying, oh, let me give this defense and blah blah blah, blah, and I'm
He's
just
fouling.
and then I'm in his face, right? I could foul him enough. The only thing is, there is no fouls in football. So the only thing that I'm gonna do is get my fucking helmet
mask.
knocked off.
There's
Like
fouls-
face mask.
There are fouls in football.
Yeah, I mean you could, but
I get what you're
but
saying.
that's not.
I get what you're
A
saying.
face mask is not going to stop Adrian Peterson from running through my fucking neck at 5'7".
You want to know what will? You want to know what will? Coming up to tackle him and then stumbling over and then he trips over you.
yeah, I still.
That's if he trips over.
Easier to
But we've
tackle
also
Adrian
seen
Peterson.
There's
Adrian
no ifs, ands, or
but he-
buts
but-
to stopping
but no,
Kevin
here's
Durant.
the-
He's getting
here-
that bucket.
here's- Here's the
then
difference.
That's if fucking Kevin Durant loses his dribble. So he's do and he crosses you over and you do one of these and it just happens to be in the right
Here-
place.
no,
at the
here-
right
wait,
time.
I'll counter
That's
this.
the if.
I bet Adrian Peterson, in his prime, tripped up twice a game. I bet Kevin Durant has lost his dribble twice in his fucking
But no,
career.
here's the thing with that also.
no.
Here's the thing you're forgetting. Kevin
yeah,
Durant.
they don't.
Literally
they don't
don't
lose their dribbles.
their
They don't
dribbles.
lose their
No, here's the
dribbles.
thing. Kevin Durant doesn't
It's a
even
college
have to
thing.
take a dribble to score 10 times out of 10 on you.
He goes, bucket, and you're just like, what
Like,
just happened?
and-
He's like,
and
he's
that's
like
the difference-
7 feet tall. I'm
And that's
not
the difference
reaching
between.
that.
But no, even if we were like 6'6",
I'm not
6'8",
undermining
he's
Adrian, like literally, like it's very fucking close. Like I'm not saying like you're dumb, like way harder. Like yeah, personally for me, I would probably rather stop Kevin Durant because Adrian Peterson with my fat ass, he's just running around me. Like
no. I'm not even worried about getting ran over. I'm
5
getting.
feet of each other.
life's on the line. If you succeed, you live. Which one are you?
I would take the
Adrian-
baseball.
No,
All
no,
three of
between
those,
the two-
I'm taking the pitch against Randy Johnson.
but just between KD and
Adrian
KD.
Peterson.
So between
Adrian
yeah, that's a
Peterson.
good question.
I'm not an average Joe.
Well,
Just
just
we were talking about
Taking the football one.
we were talking about.
yeah, we all take the
Well,
football
okay,
one
but
because
here's
it's like-
here's what we're
I'm
saying.
5'10".
'Cause, yeah,
I'm taking the football one.
I might be an average Joe, but before what we were talking
I have
about
a
for the
different- I have a
basketball, is
different
we were
circumstance,
talking about the
but
best
I'll
hoopers
take
in
the
the world who
football.
aren't paid to hoop. That's not really an average
Yes.
Joe.
No.
An average Joe. What do you consider an average Joe? Like, because respectfully, Dave, you're
5'9".
not an average Joe.
5'9",
Ethan's not an average
175.
Joe. Maybe the three of us.
That's what I'm
are,
saying.
but,
I'm
like,
taking the football one because
I was
like
getting nervous when he started looking at me. I'm like, what's he about to say?
No, I'm not gonna call you out, but like they're fucking like they're athletes. Like
Yeah.
So, but even then, I guarantee you, if you go full fledged into those fucking legs of Adrian Peterson, the things that you have seen,
but
you're doing one of these.
I agree.
I'm
I
probably gonna get
agree.
a concussion just.
I
for trying to
agree,
tackle
but
him, for sure.
what I'm saying is the likelihood Adrian Peterson fucks something up against an average Joe versus the likelihood of Kevin Durant fucking something up against an average Joe is Adrian Peterson's chances. Are
I see
a lot
what you're
fucking
saying
higher.
because there's a lot more movement and there's a lot more.
A lot more movement and a lot more different thing. All Kevin Durant has to do is either get to the bucket or get enough space that he just has a wide open jump shot.
That makes sense. I mean, there's a lot. The only
Odds
thing
are,
I would
too.
argue is that there's a lot less contact. And the only thing that I would say between those two, if there was more contact and you could be like in Kevin Durant's face, you'd be like,
No,
No,
but
he'll go right
No,
around
here-
you.
but no,
he'd be
here's
right around. Yeah, I get it. I
Here's
get
the
it.
difference between like
That's what
basketball.
I agree. I'm arguing for that point. That's what I was
Okay.
saying is like,
I get what you're saying too. Trust me. Like tackling Adrian, I think in my opinion, what I'd rather do for my self esteem, I would rather try to guard Kevin Durant.
Yes, I would rather try to guard Kevin Durant
because
than I would Adrian Peterson.
I know Kevin Durant's breaking my ankles, but Adrian Peterson might put me in a stretcher if I actually somehow end up getting in front of him. He'll just put me in a stretcher.
But if he does put you in a stretcher, there's still a chance that you make the tackle.
Bingo.
That's true.
Bingo.
That's true.
I was gonna say
He's not gonna score, but we'll be like. All right, so when we're thinking about that, just straight up 1-on-1, and we were talking about like the Oklahoma drill. If I'll wait for Justin to get back for this one. All right, so you got 10 times out of 10 to stop someone from scoring, and it's 1-on-1. You're at the end. You're right in front of the end zone. He's running the ball. You got Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Right? So
I'm
that's
not making it past one the first time then, probably.
right? So it's almost the same thing in a sense, because if it's 1-on-1 ball, just straight up 1-on-1 ball, not out in the field or anything, and he's got to make a move and he had to make this cut or anything else. If it's Adrian Peterson and there's you and there's an end zone and you guys are 10 yards apart, much like Kevin Durant still has to make the shot for it to count. So Adrian Peterson still has to score a touchdown for it to count. Do you think you have a better chance at Adrian Peterson not scoring or Kevin Durant not scoring?
Adrian Peterson not
Adrian
scoring.
Peterson.
I think that makes it a lot
Okay,
closer, but there's still
Just listen to this, all right? Just listen to this.
No, yeah, okay, you go, but
Okay,
it's so
so
easy to realize.
okay, so and I don't even fucking care. You could say open field versus, and this is like professionals.
Ethan
Open
thinks he
field
can
versus
stop both.
Open field, no, not Kevin Durant. Open field versus an NFL player. All right, Adrian Peterson versus Kevin Durant with a guy in his face is still making it 50% of the time in a full game situation. Adrian Peterson is still getting tackled 70% of the time. Adrian Peterson gets tackled on
Out of your fucking
99%
mind
of his
thinking
runs.
that Adrian Peterson is getting tackled.
with 10
You
yards
watch,
to go,
he's
Adrian Peterson
ran
is
the
getting
ball.
half
He's ran the
tackled
ball.
75%.
He's ran the ball
Against an average fucking...
we're talking
no.
about pro players.
pro players.
Pro players.
No, and I'm
Oh,
saying,
setting,
I think
yeah.
the
Okay.
correlate, like it's not obviously like us to them doesn't correlate as much, but that ratio is such a big margin. You could give like NFL player against Adrian Peterson 1-on-1 versus Kevin Durant being clamped up in a full 5-on-5 game. Kevin Durant has a better chance of making that shot than Adrian Peterson does to break that tackle.
So my argument
think
was
down.
I agree with Ethan.
So the contact aspect of it, and that's why I said it went back to the average Joe. There's no average fucking Joe in the world unless they are that guy. Much just like we were talking about before. If they're that guy that can...
They're not an average Joe. That's what we keep talking about. You say average Joe. An average
Well,
Joe is just a random dude who literally a little chubby.
non-European,
Not an average Joe, so they can never know.
No, non-European, non-NFL player or anything of that nature. They are just a guy, right? But they are just very good at what they do. What I'm saying is there any fucking average Joe that can stop Kevin Durant? We decided that.
No.
No. Is there any average Joe that could stop in a one-on-one drill like fucking NFL Street 2 or 3?
This conversation was going on for so fucking long.
And we've had the same thing every time.
You keep asking the
You're
same
gonna ask this question, now I'm going to say yes.
and then you're going to rephrase it slightly.
No, I'm just going to say,
I can't name an average Joe, but what I can say is that out of 10 times, the chance, I genuinely think this, I'll get into a different route is what you're saying, like, I still think, yes, the likelihood of an average Joe stopping an NBA player, still fucking way less. But what I will say is, I lost what I was going to fucking say. But...
That's a good thing to say.
If we want to put it into terms of percentage, stopping Kevin Durant from scoring 1 out of 10 times is basically 0. Stopping Adrian Peterson from scoring is like
10,
2%.
You're relying.
It's still very. Yeah.
You're relying on Adrian Peterson's failure more, but that's again to the sport is what sport has more fucking self-player failure? Football than NBA, because NBA it's the same thing.
It's like
I get his point. Like I'm saying, I get his point. They're both so equally hard. Like I get his point.
It's just tough because in either situation, if Adrian Peterson is against an average Joe and he has the motivation to score, he's going to every time.
So is Kevin Durant.
Okay,
That's what
But I
that's
think
like. It's so hard to argue.
here's another point I'm thinking of.
Yes.
The first time you get fucking hit by Adrian Peterson and you do this thing, you are fucking done, dude. There is
Okay,
nothing
but
that's
now we're
not-
changing the subject a little bit
No,
because
all I'm saying is that it
now
takes-
you're switching to something else
No,
about
no.
how beat up you are when you're going against him is what you're kind
But
of
that's
switching
what the
into.
fuck it comes down to. Because
Okay, well, if Kevin Durant yes, Kevin Durant may seem skinny. Kevin Durant would put if Kevin Durant could catch the ball 3-point line and back any of us down to the block without breaking a fucking sweat.
that's not what I'm arguing. I know he can do that, and I'm not saying he can not score 10 times out of 10. I'm saying the first time that you get hit by Adrian Peterson, that fucking 2 through 10, you are not going to want to hit that motherfucker.
So you're changing up the argument.
Yeah, I think that change. I think that because we're also. It's
talking
so
about 100%.
No, it's so
10 out of 10. That's
no,
all I said.
it's
10
so.
out of 10.
I think it's so different though. It's so different because in basketball you are still going to be at like the same level every time. In football, the way I was processing it the whole time is like you're
just getting 10 attempts
you're just
at
getting 10 attempts
100%.
at
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Like,
that's
is that
so
unrealistic?
different.
Yes, but
Because-
like hypothetically,
Because
assume
in,
that you're at,
in basketball, yeah, in football, after 1 or 2 attempts, you're cooked. But if Kevin Durant wanted, after 1 or 2 attempps, he could do a few dribble moves back and forth, and then you're cooked.
It's also like how much momentum
but it's
does Adrian
just how
Peterson get.
quickly
There's-
he'd score.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd still be in good shape. Because he's scoring so quickly, you
Yeah,
haven't even moved yet.
it's so different. If he has 10 attempts, that's so different. Like I don't even think it's an argument then.
and honestly, even going back to like
I
the
get
losing
that.
the dribble thing, honestly, with how like skilled he is and how long his arms are and everything, even
what
if
I'm
he
saying.
was starting to lose his dribble, I don't think
He's
managing
getting
to get it from
before
him.
you do.
He's still just gonna use it to like, oh, I'm losing it. Oh, never mind, behind the back.
Yeah.
You know what's also with
So
the
it's like
NBA
it's close. It's really
With the-
close.
with
Backing
the-
Adrian Peterson is. If I had to choose something in my life, I'd rather go against Kevin Durant because Adrian Peterson would hurt me really badly. Although I know I'm not stopping either of them. That's my
We're
point.
basically just saying there's a better chance of something fluke happening
Exactly.
with
I
Adrian
said that
Peterson.
30 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yes.
You said that 30 minutes ago.
I do want to bring something up that we talked about a while ago that was a big topic or big discussion. So remember when Justin brought up if an NBA player or like LeBron, we talked about LeBron, went to a 16 seed college team, if he could leave in the finals.
remember.
I watched an interview with Alex Caruso, and he said that this also is a topic that has come up.
They got
He
it from
sa-
us.
Said that there's over 30 guys in the NBA that could go to a 16 seed and lead them to the Final Four.
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, no, he might
still
be
don't
right.
think
I
think 30.
hearing an NBA hearing an
Because
NBA
no,
player
I-
say it to me changes my perspective.
I don't think-
completely.
I think there's more than that.
I think if Alex Caruso said that, he should really shut his mouth because if Alex Caruso was placed in college basketball this year, he would not be a top 3 draft pick in the NBA.
You know who would though?
And if you want to argue with me,
well, he
we can
didn't
go
say he
ahead.
was one of those guys.
Okay, well then why is he the one fucking talking his
well,
mouth?
Because he's the one going against
it was with Big Cat. Like
Yeah.
they had him on.
He was the one going against
30
them,
is
though.
fucking 30 is hilarious. 30
I just-
30 is,
I-
30 is
it
saying the
changes-
best player on the guys.
It changes my
30
perspective
30 's
completely, though.
hilarious.
Hearing an actual
It
NBA
doesn't-
player, it changed my
if I
perspective
heard-
completely.
If I heard, and like I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're shitting on an NBA player." Like, what are you doing? No, if I heard a respectable NBA player give that opinion, I'd be like, maybe. But Alex Caruso, a guy who, like I just said, top 3, I would argue there would be 5 players in college better than him this year. Caruso, shut the fuck up.
I think part of it had to do.
There is maybe 10 NBA players.
I think part of it had to do with the
I'm
development.
taking that back. I'm taking that back fucking completely. There is not a single NBA player who could lead a 16 seed to the fucking Final Four. Watch those 16 seeds play basketball. Watch them.
Watch KD play basketball.
Watch
That's all I need.
them. But that's not the thing. Is when they get to a point where KD is playing with 4 scrubs and he's playing Cooper Flagg, who will probably be an NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Fucking their center, who is one of the best defensive centers of all time. And like just a year ago, Cooper Flagg cooked the select team. Like what I'm realizing in college basketball is I get what you guys are saying, but college athletes nowadays, they're close to the NBA. They are.
They're the margin's getting
Close
closer.
to the NBA, but they're not the NBA.
Look at
That's the
Wemby.
diff-
Look at
I think
fucking
it's-
Wemby.
I
A
think it's-
rookie.
we talked
A
about
Well,
rookie
he's
walked
a
in.
freak though. He's a guy who doesn't.
Brandon Miller walked into the NBA as the third option.
You can't even
20.
You can't even include
Average
Wemby.
20 is the third option on a bad team and
Wemby
walked
didn't
into
go
the
to.
NBA.
Wemby didn't play in college. You can't even factor him in.
That's why I just said Brandon Miller.
Because he could have gone to college and
like
averaged
talking
40.
about
He could have gotten shit on. But
Because it's too much on my
I
fucking
think
heart.
no. I think the biggest thing though is
Too much on-
it's the development you get once you're in the NBA. I think that's the main
Out of
argument.
your fucking mind.
No. Okay, so you guys want to say top 30? Name a player outside of LeBron, Curry, and KD that could do that. That could lead a 16 seed to the
Giannis.
Final Four.
Giannis.
Giannis.
No.
Giannis.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he could.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, Giannis
Yeah.
might
That
actually.
center is the same weight as Giannis.
Actually,
When
Giannis might be-
when Giannis has Cooper Flag on him, when Giannis has Cooper Flag on him,
insane.
he gets by a few times and then he beats the center. No.
I'm gonna say something that'll make you
No.
really mad. I'm actually gonna go ahead and say that Giannis is probably the best option of all of those to lead a 16 seed.
Okay,
to a
maybe,
title.
and he's still not doing it.
What
I thought that
about
would make you more
Watch
mad.
those 16 seeds. See, this is why. Okay, I have to leave soon anyway, so I'm not getting deep in this argument. But fucking, this is what annoys me a little bit, guys. I'm in an argument with people who have watched less than 20 college basketball games combined.
This
I
year
have
in their
watched
life.
every.
This
I
year
have
in
watched
their life.
This year,
I never said
I
he
watched
was.
every 16 seed in the tournament, including the buy-ins. I watched play at least 2 full games this season, and I'm getting argued with. They're
Nothing else.
fucking stupid. Watch
we go.
that fucking St. Francis versus whoever fucking game.
What about Robert
The
Morris versus
16 seed
Alabama?
buy-in.
What-
Those were 2 JV teams.
what about Robert Morris versus
Battle-
Alabama? What about that?
That was a lucky 3-point shooting night. That happens.
I'm just
Jack
saying.
Golke at Oakland. That happens. Yes, I could come out one night and go 15 for 15, and nobody could fucking stop me. Rudy Gobert could not fucking stop me if I just went 15 for 15. That happens. But to say that a 16 seed, guys, watch them play a full game. Those are guys. 16 seeds are guys who won't play in the
Justin
EuroLeague.
might have a fucking.
They won't play in Bolivia. Like, see, guys,
Embrace
I
debate.
promise. This is the best players on 16 seeds.
Oh
Doug
shit!
Eater,
Jazz
do you
Chisholm
guys-
just pimped the
Do
ball.
you guys remember Doug Eater led St. Peter's to the Elite Eight? Do you guys remember him? Best
Yes,
player on
yes,
St.
yes,
Peter's?
yes.
But I do know
Do you
him.
guys want to know what he's doing?
Selling insurance.
Accountant and JV basketball coach.
Hey, but-
That's all I got. Accountant and JV basketball coach.
That only helps prove our point, though, because imagine.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
You
hold
take
on.
that
Let me
team
talk.
and
Let me
you
They
talk.
lost by
Giannis.
25 in the Elite Eight.
Let
the
me
second
talk.
they
You
played a
take
good
that
team, they
team
got
and you
killed.
add
Giannis.
They
The
don't.
second they played a good team, they got killed.
Exactly. But put Giannis on that team, they make it further than the Elite Eight.
One
It's
more
possible.
game, maybe. No.
My
No,
argument was
because the
Final
One more
second
Four.
game is the Final Four. One more game than that is the championship.
The second that team of scrubs reached a team of guys who could make the league, they were like, wow, we're not ready for this court.
You know,
They
That's
already
what
were
happened.
playing guys that would make the league.
Fucking barely. And what Doug
Major-
Eddard was doing, like I said a little bit ago, Doug Eddard had 10 threes first game. And then all of a sudden, Doug Eddard couldn't hit 10 threes a game. They lost by 25.
Okay,
This
then
good
Doug
team
Eater
dies
hands
out.
the ball off to Giannis.
No.
Then Giannis is doing his thing.
Unreal. They're also a 15 seed. So again, like I said, 3 podcasts ago when I was getting argued with St. Peter's for,
I got you some. I think that pre NIL too. There's definitely a better chance too.
No, yeah, no, that's the thing.
pre NIL.
That's the thing.
Okay, I gotta get going, but
now.
for real,
Pre-NIL.
guys, I want your homework for tonight is go home and watch any of the 16 seeds
No,
play even a
Justin's
half
very
of basketball.
Nah, I'm gonna watch Giannis
well might be
highlights and
right.
No.
convince myself further.
Watch a 16 seed play one half of basketball, and yeah, you'll.
I'm gonna
fucking
watch Giannis put up 30 points and a half of
I'm
basketball.
glad.
I do like watching that.
I'm glad you're gonna watch that, and then you're gonna watch the 16 seed play and realize, wow.
Imagine how good
I'm
they'd be if
wrong.
they had Giannis.
And you'd be like, wow, I'm wrong.
Embrace debate.
Well, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know about you guys. I was going to bring this up. I'm glad that it was brought up. How about we do a grilling episode? Because I got fucking 48 pounds of meat in my fucking refrigerator. And I was like, well, why don't we do
Put
a
it in the
grilling?
freezer so it lasts longer.
Dude.
We can look into it.
Oh, man. If I wasn't a Christian man, you'd be done for, you fucking
Hey,
IPA
hey,
bastard.
Hey, Peter lived by the sword.
But I was saying, why don't we do like a grilling episode? I got the grill out there. We throw some shit on the grill. We eat, have a good time, toss the ball around, play. What's that one game where you got to knock the bottle off the top of the tee?
Oh, Beersby.
Beersby. We play some Beersby, have ourselves a good time. Audio won't be the best, but at the same time, we'll have ourselves a good fucking time. That's
If it's possible, I'm down for that.
yeah. I mean, we can most definitely make that happen. I got more than enough yard for it. So
I mean, just like video and audio. Yeah, if we can make that work, yeah.
honestly, it'd probably just be fucking video. And then
Get some extension cords. And
I got a fucking 300-foot
good.
extension cord outside the house. One of those orange ones where you gotta.
yeah, we'll be good.
No, but outside of that, I mean, I wanted to bring that up earlier. If you guys want to do a nice little grill out the next time we get some weather here in Wisconsin. Also, who was that podcast that reached out to us?
Cheese and Bear podcast, I'm pretty
Bear
sure.
and cheese and bear.
Shout out Bear and Cheese Pod.
Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast.
Cheeseheads and the Bear.
We get them out. We do a nice little 5v5 football game.
Yep.
Have ourselves some fun. Whoop their ass real quick. Send this to them. We'll send this little.
I'll let them know to.
We'll whoop their ass in a nice little game, and then we'll have ourselves a podcast. We'll make sure everything are set up in here and whatnot. But outside of that, I mean, we're getting closer and closer to that time of summer where it's time to grill, and I feel like grilling.
I do too.
You just want any excuse to host a fucking event or party.
Oh yeah, shindig.
You're a host.
Yeah, I mean,
you are a host.
I mean, we shindig this bitch out. So if we can get
Great
it going,
Halloween
let's get it
parties here.
Oh wait, Michigan Panthers 1-0.
Going. Oh yeah,
UFL baby. We are Michigan Panthers fans. That is the closest team to us in proximity.
what happened to the Alabama Iron?
Birmingham Iron.
Memphis
Birmingham
Express.
Stallions.
Iron.
Birmingham Stallions. So the UFL, they XFL and USFL merged, and they kept 4 teams from each. So the USFL league. So they don't. That's the division name, conference's names. So USFL, it's Michigan Panthers, Birmingham Stallions, Houston Roughnecks, Memphis
Every time you say USFL,
Express. And then XFL is DC Defenders, Arlington Renegades, St. Louis Battlehawks, San Antonio Brahmas.
every time I hear USFL, I just keep thinking University of South Florida.
Yeah. USF, go Bulls.
Small story about USFL. So I had come straight out of Grossmont, Cuyamaca, right? My JUCO. Where the fuck you going? You would wear Levi's.
Are we going to keep going? Is that what we're doing right now?
I think we'll probably conclude it after this story.
Yeah. So, long story short, I was in the midst of my journey of playing college football at the Division I level, and there was 2 camps. 14th was Toledo, and then the 19th was USF, University of South Florida.
Go Bulls.
Fuck the Bulls. Well, not really. Whatever. So I went to that first camp, and I put on an absolute clinic. Ran a 4.57. I did really well. I caught
Slow as
most
fuck.
of the balls that came to me. No homo. And I ran the drills really well. And there was this one point in time in the camp at the Toledo camp on the 14th where one of the guys, Shaquem Seymour, he was like, "Hey, man, good job." And in the back of my head, I said, "Little do you know, we're going to be teammates pretty soon here." And this was June. Season started a couple months later. We get through the camp, and then at the end of the camp, Coach Candle asked me, he was like, well, we don't have much money at the position, but we can offer you a position. Like, if you want to come here, you can play here. 4 days later, I go out to the USF camp. It's 97. And it's humid, but the sun's not out. And I did my job. As I said, put on an absolute clinic. We didn't run any 40s. We ran a bunch of drills and all this other stuff. We go through the camp, and he's like, well, if you want to walk on here, we can. Me, John, and Junior Turkey Coast, one of our good friends. He's a big Samoan, Hawaiian. I don't know. He's got about 7 things going on with him.
Samoan named Turkey Coast.
He's got a lot of things going on with him. Cataplexy, narcolepsy, falls asleep when you make him laugh. And we get back, and I'm filling out the application because I'm guaranteed going to USF because John said, hey, if you go to USF, I'll move out there with you and we'll play football. I said, all right, cool. So I fill out the application, and it comes down to the point where I was 2 days late of the application process, and I couldn't apply to USF anymore to play football there.
That's crazy.
They're gonna change some things.
Right? So then
That's their loss.
A couple weeks later, University of Toledo calls me. Great coach. He's like, "You ready to play football?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, see you in 6 hours." From that point on, I think it was 8:59 in the evening. 6 hours later, we show up. He gives me a playbook. He says what time I got to be at practice and what I need to do. And before I knew it, I was playing for the University of Toledo.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
the
great.
story.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thought that was never gonna fucking end. Holy fuck!
Oh, sorry. Oh, Mr. Oh, I got a bunch of grants, and my coach didn't like me. Oh.
Well, that was supposed to be a funny story.
No, there was no funny to it. The only thing that was funny about it was when I got my scholarship. And
You missed 80% of it. That's why you liked it.
What? Fucking, you've all heard the fucking story. You guys have all heard the fucking story. The fact of the matter is that
Hey, I said that was grit. Hey, that's a story of the American dream right there.
right. I think Ethan's just fucking hating a little bit.
It just went on forever.
Went on forever.
Ethan does not
It was a
like.
minute and 45 seconds. I looked at it.
That is so long.
I can attest.
Cocksucker.
I can attest. Ethan does not like long stories. He doesn't.
That wasn't a long. All right.
No, long for him is
All
like
right.
past 30 seconds.
All right, for Ethan.
No,
can
it's
we-
not.
Can we get the
Like,
close
I-
out for
when
Ethan?
I'm telling a story, I can't look at Ethan because if I'm telling it long enough, I see like on his face, he's like he's like, okay, yep.
No, I was kidding. I already know the
No,
story.
no,
I was just joking.
no, let
the
Ethan-
thing with Evan saying I don't like long stories is different. Fabius actually built a story. Evan adds in side characters and talks about the poop he took that morning and everything, and
It's a
doesn't
whole
get to the
universe.
fucking point.
It's a whole universe.
Boo.
All right, but anyway, let's.
I just knew Fabius would get upset.
This is by far gonna be our longest episode ever.
I've also heard that story before, so it didn't fucking.
Boo.
All right. Thank you for watching the longest episode in What's on Your Mind history. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Do you want to do the thing or do you want to be done with the thing?